Once you have lighting fixtures placed in your model to use in renderings, you can manage how they render with groups. Oftentimes, you will use renderings to analyze the lighting in a space. Instead of hiding and unhiding lighting fixtures, you can control the amount of light in the rendering dialog. In this model, I'll switch to the Room for Lighting 3D view. As you can see, there are several lights that have been placed in the room. Let's group some of these lights. On the View control bar, I'll click Show Rendering Dialog. In the Lighting section, when the scheme is set to any of the artificial light settings, the Artificial Lights option is available. In the Scheme drop-down, I'll choose Interior Artificial Only. Then I'll click Artificial Lights to open the Artificial Lights dialog for the current view. Realize that we can group lighting fixtures while in this view and switch to another view and access the same groups. On the left side of the dialog, all the light fixtures appear under two branches: Grouped Lights and Ungrouped Lights. Currently, all the lights are ungrouped. Here, you can control the on-off status of a light fixture as well as the dimming factor. The dimming factor can be any value from 0 to 1, with 0 being off. With all the lights ungrouped, we can only control one light fixture at a time, or all of them. However, we can create groups to better manage the lights. On the right side of the dialog, we have Fixture Options and Group Options. In order to group light fixtures, we first need a group. In the Group Options area, I'll click New. In the New Light Group dialog, I'll name the group Downlights and click OK. Next, I'll press Ctrl and select all the downlights in the list. Notice that as I select a light in the list, the element highlights in the model. With all the lights selected, I'll click Move to Group in the Fixture Options area. Revit displays the Light Groups dialog with a drop-down to select the group. Since we have only created one group, I'll click OK. When I do, all the downlights are added to a group and I can control the on-off status and dimming for the entire group. However, realize that you can still control individual lights, even if they are in a group. I'll create another group by clicking New. I'll name this group Pendants and click OK. Next, I'll select the two pendant lights and click Move to Group. Then I'll select Pendants from the drop-down and select OK. Then I'll click OK to close the Artificial Lights dialog. Now I'll switch to the Perspective view and open the Rendering dialog again. Here, I'll set the quality to Draft, the resolution to Screen, the lighting scheme to Interior Artificial Only, and then click Artificial Lights. In the Artificial Lights dialog, I'll deselect the checkbox next to the Downlights group to turn them off. Then I'll click OK and select Render. This will take a little while, but we can see the room without any of the downlights. Once the view is rendered, you can see that it is pretty dark in the room. Open the Artificial Lights dialog and turn on the downlights. Then render the view again. Once the rendering is complete, you can see much more light in the room.